Imagine a simple clay pot, no bigger than your hand, unearthed from the sands of ancient Mesopotamia. On the surface, it looks like countless other artifacts, a relic of a bygone era. But what if this humble vessel holds a secret so profound it could rewrite the very history of human innovation? What if, thousands of years before Faraday and Volta, an ancient civilization had already harnessed the power of electricity? Today we delve into the enigma of the Baghdad Battery, an artifact that challenges everything we thought we knew about ancient technology and the dawn of electrical power. Our story begins in 1938 during an archaeological excavation near Kujut Rabu, a village just outside Baghdad, Iraq. German archaeologist Wilhelm König stumbled upon something truly peculiar in the ruins of a Parthian-era village, dating back to between 250 BC and 224 AD. Among the pottery and other common finds, he discovered a collection of terracotta jars, each containing a copper cylinder. Upon closer inspection, König realized these weren't just ordinary containers. Inside each clay jar, a copper cylinder was held in place by an asphalt stopper, and within that copper cylinder, suspended by another asphalt plug, was an iron rod. The copper cylinder showed signs of corrosion, suggesting it had once been exposed to an acidic agent. To König, the resemblance was uncanny. This assembly looked remarkably like a primitive galvanic cell, in other words, a battery. So, how could this ancient device have worked? The principle is surprisingly simple. A battery generates electricity through a chemical reaction between two different metals, called electrodes, immersed in an electrolyte, an electrically conductive solution. In the case of the Baghdad Battery, the copper cylinder and the iron rod would act as the electrodes. If an acidic liquid, such as grape juice, vinegar, or even urine, were poured into the jar, it would act as the electrolyte. The acid would react with the copper and iron, creating an electrochemical potential difference, causing electrons to flow from one metal to the other. Experiments with modern replicas have consistently shown that these devices, when filled with common acidic liquids, can generate a small but measurable voltage, typically between 0.5 and 2 volts. While not enough to power a modern appliance, it's certainly enough to produce a noticeable electrical current. If these were indeed batteries, what were they used for? The theories are as intriguing as the discovery itself. One popular hypothesis suggests they were used for electroplating, applying a thin layer of one metal onto another, perhaps to gold plate silver jewelry or other artifacts. This would explain the discovery of gold-plated objects from the same period that show no signs of traditional gilding techniques. Another fascinating possibility is medicinal use. Ancient texts describe various forms of pain relief, and some speculate the batteries could have been used for a rudimentary form of electroacupuncture or to numb pain. Imagine a small electrical current applied to specific points on the body. Then there's the idea of ritualistic or religious purposes. Perhaps they were used to create a mild electric shock during ceremonies, or to power small, glowing idols, adding an element of divine mystery. The implications of these uses are profound. If true, it means ancient civilizations possessed a practical understanding of electricity thousands of years before figures like Alessandro Volta and Michael Faraday are credited with its discovery. It forces us to reconsider the timeline of technological advancement and the possibility of lost knowledge. Of course, not everyone is convinced. Skeptics point out that while the Baghdad Battery could have functioned as a battery, there's no definitive ancient text or archaeological evidence explicitly stating its electrical purpose. The lack of associated wires, electrodes, or other electrical components found alongside them makes it difficult to prove beyond a doubt. Alternative theories suggest the jars were simply storage vessels for sacred scrolls, with the copper and iron possibly serving to protect the parchment from insects or moisture. Others propose they were ritual objects, perhaps used to store sacred oils or liquids, with the metal components having symbolic rather than functional significance. Without a clear user manual from the Parthian era, the true intent remains a subject of intense debate. The scientific community demands concrete proof of their electrical application in ancient times, which so far has been elusive. The Baghdad Battery stands as one of archaeology's most tantalizing what-ifs. Whether it was a sophisticated ancient power source or simply a cleverly designed storage container, its existence forces us to confront the possibility that our ancestors were far more technologically advanced than we often give them credit for. It challenges our conventional understanding of history and begs the question, what other forbidden technologies might be hidden in plain sight, waiting for us to rediscover their true purpose? What are your thoughts on the Baghdad Battery? Do you believe it was an ancient power source or something else entirely? Share your theories in the comments below. If you're as captivated by these ancient enigmas as we are, make sure to like this video, share it with fellow mystery lovers, and subscribe to Ancient Mysteries for more journeys into the unknown. Because the past is full of secrets that continue to baffle scientists. And next time, we'll explore another astonishing artifact that challenges our understanding of ancient knowledge. The Piri Reis map. Could a 16th century map depict Antarctica without ice, thousands of years before its modern discovery? You won't want to miss it.